parallel lines? Carson.
Two lines on the left. Would they,
Yeah.
they touch?
They will never touch. They will never meet. Such a shame. They had so much in common. Let's try and make a joke. Two parallel lines have so much in common. It's a shame they'll never meet.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay. So here I am drawing line L, and I am also drawing line M. Okay. If I want to say that these two lines are parallel, then I say L is parallel to M. And I can notate it with these little arrows. Yes, it's like marking the congruent segments or congruent angles, but here we're doing parallel. So if I have like many sets of parallel lines, then maybe one set has one arrow and another set has two arrows, and then you know that those two are together.
So if it doesn't have that, we can't assume that it's.
We will not assume parallel unless it's given to us. Something we will eventually do is prove that lines are parallel. But we're not there yet, okay? Like a proof. Okay, now I need to know who can tell me what a skew line is. Jake? He's using his resources.
Or he just really smart. Yeah, I think Gavin is right. Yeah, I think Jake's right. Yeah, all you want is he just, I don't think it doesn't matter. He's still pretty smart.
Okay, did you write it down? Two lines that never intersect but are not coplanar. Some of you are having a hard time picturing that right now. Write it down. We're gonna A, draw a picture, and B, explain what it means with the corners of this room. Some of you are looking at me like,
How's that
just-
possible though?
hold on, just hold on, just hold on. Just write it down. No.
That is. Look, you want two lines to never intersect.
Let me give you an example.
No.
Do you see this, like the corner of my room right here?
Oh, I think I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, will that ever intersect that
I get it.
like line where the wall and ceiling?
No. How do you draw
Whoa.
that 2D though?
Could you just like wait for me to finish a sentence before you ask the question?
Come
Okay,
on, Tyler.
so that is never going to intersect that. But are they parallel?
No.
No.
I would say that if this building was built properly, they should be perpendicular, but. Okay, so draw this with me. Draw a rectangle. Can you draw a rectangle?
What's the exact definition for 2 R's and
2 lines. are-
Draw a rectangle in the exact same size, but just a little up and to the right.
Is this good?
Good enough.
No.
Oh,
Now we're going to connect the corners.
I learned this in art class.
Yeah, what? This is just a 3D.
So, I'm sorry. Okay. Now, this is what I need to do. I want you to label the front face A, B, C, D. And the back space E, F, G, H. None of this requires talking. Okay. So I'm going to point out right here, segment BC. Okay. Aro, could you name me a parallel segment to BC? Okay. Now, let's talk about skew. A line in a different plane that's not going to intersect. Tyler. Is skew to DH. Oh no, it's 4 letters. Okay. I don't know. Bryce, could you give me a different example of a segment skew to BC? Okay. AE is also skew to BC. Okay. Good. Now, EH is parallel.
How?
Stop asking questions.
It's like,
But we could slice a plane through it. Okay. Okay. Now, if I were to look at this picture and pick out 2 planes that are parallel, I'm not going to write a description for what that means. 2 planes that are parallel. Okay. We know what 2 lines that are parallel looks like. So let's take this rectangular prism. Okay. And if I look at A, B, C, D, it would be parallel to which plane? So are you okay if I say E, F, G, H? Okay. So the front face is parallel to the back face. The side face is parallel to the side face. The top face parallel to the face. Okay. Thank you for being my mime. I'm not. Yeah. Okay. So now let's talk about a transversal. This is pretty important, guys. So a transversal. That's not the. Okay. A line that intersects 2 or more lines at 2 different points. Do you see line T?
there's supposed to be an E at the end of it.
More or more? You probably wrote it like that, right? Yeah. Okay. You try talking and writing at the same time sometimes. Okay. Now, this guy right here, line T. Line T, T for transversal. That's why I named it that way. Okay. That's our transversal cutting through lines L and M. The rest of today is going to be spent talking about those 8 different angles and the relationships that they have to each other. Okay. Do you see how there's 8 different angles up there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. We are going to talk about, I think, 5 different relationships. Hey, they're right here. I guess there's 4. Okay. So I want you to go ahead and turn to the next page. Okay. Oh, look at the skew and the parallel. It's like you're keeping it together. Okay. So let's talk about this because it could be important later. If we have a parallel line and we have 1 point, then there is exactly 1 line through point P that is parallel to L. Okay, there is one and only line, one line that I can draw through point P that is still going to be parallel to that L. It's kind of a lame postulate. It's right here.
They're the exact same.
They're the same.
Ben was looking at the next page. It's the same postulate, however, it's with perpendicular. Here I have a line, here I have a point P. There is only 1 line that I can draw through point P that is perpendicular to line L. Kind of a lame postulate, but there you go. Okay. So the biggest thing that you need to come out of today with is knowing these 4 different relationships of the angles that are created with 2 lines in a transversal. We need to know what they're called. Tomorrow, we're going to learn about the relationships when we have parallel lines in a transversal. But right now, we just need to know the vocabulary. So tomorrow we can learn what is special about corresponding angles and parallel lines, alternate interior angles and parallel lines. Okay. So angles formed by transversals. Okay. The first one is corresponding. So go ahead and highlight corresponding. Okay. Corresponding angles have corresponding positions. So notice how in this group of 4 and in this group of 4, 2 and 6 are in the same place, just in the 2 different groups. Do you see that? Okay. I could star this angle right here. Its corresponding angle would be this guy right here. You're giving me a look. Do you get that? That's how I say I'm confused. You notice how we have 2 groups of 4 angles. Okay. Well, angle 2 is in the upper right corner of this group. And angle 6 is in the upper right corner of this group. So they're in the same place. So they're corresponding angles. Emily. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay. Oh, okay, this is good. Alternate interior angles. Highlight it. Hey, guess what? It doesn't matter if you did or did not do this last year. You're going to know it. I said, are you okay? Okay. So, first of all, alternate. Do you notice how angles are on alternate sides of the transversal? Interior, do you notice how they're like inside the 2 lines? So, alternate interior. You could also say that this dot and this dot, those 2 angles are alternate interior. They're inside the two lines and they're on alternate sides of the transversal. Yes.
So is there like an exterior? Alternate exterior?
Bro, you know,
Alternate exterior angles is our next one, Tyler. Well, they're not watching it live. Okay. So alternate exterior angles, same kind of thing. Notice how these two angles are on alternate sides of the transversal, but instead of inside the two lines, they are outside the two lines.
bro, they're literally the ones laughing. I don't know why.
Alternate exterior angles. Okay. Consecutive interior angles.
The same side. Interior.
Okay, same side interior would be the same thing. Okay, they're inside the two lines and they're on the same side of the transversal, or they're consecutive. So they consecutive on the transversal. Okay, do you have a question or you're stretching?
Watchers, they're all like questions.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get you right now.
I do.
Because I'm so mean. Okay, because you're gonna be writing proofs with these, and so like I need you to actually write out consecutive interior. Okay, so we're gonna do some examples of just naming these, okay? So I'm gonna give you this piece of paper. So we're eventually going to, so tomorrow we're gonna talk about, do you see how those two lines are not parallel?
Yeah.
Tomorrow they're gonna be parallel, and we're gonna talk about the relationship between consecutive interior angles. Like there's gonna be something special that happens when those two lines are parallel. That's what we're gonna talk about tomorrow. So we'll get to do some math into will tomorrow. All right, here we go. So first of all, there's a lot going on in this picture. Okay. So if I'm looking at angle 1 and angle 12, raise your hand. What's the transversal? Okay, so you're way ahead of me. So there's two lines cut by a transversal. Which one of these lines is the transversal? Adrian. Okay. Okay. Adrian, what kind of angles are 1 and 12? Alternate exterior. So under alternate exterior, let's write angle 1 and angle 12. Okay. Tyler.
Why is your L?
First.
Can I do just like an L?
Sure. Okay. Angle 3 and 6 are right here. Raise your hand. What is our transversal here? Keegan. Line J. Okay. Colton, what kind of angles do you think those are? Line J is our transversal. What do you say? What kind of angles? Correspond. Ooh, yes. Okay. About 7 and 15. Here is 7, here is 15. Okay. First question is, what is the transversal? Okay. Emily, what is it? Line M. Okay. And Rhett, what kind of angles are they? They are corresponding. Notice how they correspond with their placement. They're both in the upper right corner. Okay. And then 12 and 14. So first of all, what is the transversal, Ben? Which is the transversal?
No.
Length is correct. I winked like I was just kidding. Okay.
I'm a little bit funny, sometimes tired.
Okay, Gavin, what kind of angles are these?
Oh, consecutive interior.
Consecutive interior. Story of my life, unstable.
Whoa.
Internet connection. Internet connection. Okay, all right. So I am going to highlight a transversal. I'm gonna highlight this guy right here, J. I want J to be my transversal, okay? Let's pick out a set of corresponding angles. Jake, I'm gonna let you do this. Pick out for me a set of corresponding angles along this transversal. Do you agree that 3 and 7 are corresponding? Okay, angle 3 and angle 7. Cool. Alternate interior angles. Jack, how about you pick a pair for me?
On what line?
We're gonna stick with J.
4 and 5.
Are 4 and 5 alternate interior angles?
Yes.
Okay, good job, Jack. Okay, same transversal. Let's look at alternate exterior angles. Okay, Harper, can you pick a pair? Yeah.
Oh, 2 and 7.
2 and 7. Do you agree? Excellent.
I got lost.
Tyler, can you pick consecutive interior?
8 and 15.
So we're still with transversal J. I do agree that those are some. 3. 3 and 5 are consecutive interior. Okay. All right, we're gonna do the same thing, except we're gonna pick a new transversal. M, I heard M. M for math. Okay, Paxton, pick a pair of corresponding angles with M as a transversal. Pick a new pair. Because we already have that. 5, 13. Do you agree with 5 and 13? Here's 5, here's 13. They're in the same place in the group. Okay. Pick a pair of alternate interior angles. Nice. 8 and 13. Great job, Bryce. Okay, pick a pair of alternate exterior angles, Riley. So alternate exterior and our transversal is M. 7 and 14 would work. Here's 7, here's 14. They're on the outside and they're on alternate sides. Bryce, do you have a question?
No.
Okay. Layla, pick a pair of consecutive interior angles for me. 8 and 15. Yeah. 8 and
That works.
8 and 15 is fine. Oh, you said it's the same one that you did.
No, like.
Well, oh, like you already wrote it down.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, we can do this all day, but we're not going to. So here's what you're gonna do for me. For homework on page 70, you have some problems to answer. Now, tomorrow, if you look ahead, tomorrow we're gonna talk about the relationships with these. So if you do not know how to pick out these angles, tomorrow's gonna be rough for you. So please do your homework and check your answers. Okay?